So, imagine that you have no limitations whatsoever. Unlimited budget, unlimited resources, unlimited time. What's your fantasy project?
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, and so it will be limited. My project will be limited because you have to limit yourself.
Yeah, of course,
as an
but like no
artist.
external
Yeah,
limitations.
but this idea, unlimited idea, I like very much. It's like how to say carte blanche. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about it because I made my MA about the Arseny Avramov and about this symphony of industrial horns, which was created for the whole city. And he performed it 2 times in 1922 in Baku and 1923 in Moscow. So this symphony for the whole city.
Wow.
Yeah, and these ideas of the after revolution in Russia, there was like a lot of crazy ideas. One of the poet wrote the poem about the music for the whole world, like Asia, all the on the D. And then Fortissimo for the whole planet 1 month.
Wow.
Yeah, then pause 2 weeks, and then this kind of chord and pianissimo crescendo and so on and so on. So many poet fantasy, and I love this kind of idea, and and I love very much the this kind of so unusual project, I will say so, for the music because usually it's still like that. They usually people doing like orchestra, like quartet, like contemporary music ensemble, like normal like quartet nowadays, like like an orchestra. But I like very much to do some to listen to see to do also some unusual project, and which I think it should be like I don't know, like this helicopter quartet or the music for 600 years by Cage for organ.
Yeah.
And yeah, this kind of idea I like very much. If I have this kind of opportunity, I will think what I can do. It can be.
But maybe off the top of your head, like, what do you think you would do? Like,
Now I'm in my head my recent project which I applied, and I don't know, difficult a bit to say right now what I will do. Maybe I have something in my head, but it's like, I'm old and my memory is a bit also like I have to update a bit like my system with the new processor and memory. Yeah, I don't know. I love this kind of ideas about the. And you?
I mean, I had once an idea with friends, like, what if we do a piece for a race course? Like, like a racing cars.
Oh.
So it's like a race course, and you have these like cars just like going around like the the thing. And like the nice thing about like sounds in space and high speed is that like you have this like this effect, right? Like, how is it called?
Do you mean to have a loudspeaker on this car?
For example, right, when you have the ambulance going by your street, so you hear it in like one sound, and as it moved, like, what's the name of this effect? It's like Doppler effect, like wee 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 wee,
Doppler,
right? So like if you do that like with like racing cars on a course, like you can really make like interesting compositional ideas with that, because at different speeds and at different directions, like you can really like make interesting sound effects with this thing. So if I had like unlimited budget, I would probably get like a racing course and some racer drivers in their car, like put some like sound systems on them and like start playing around with that until I
But
get
you
something
mean
interesting.
Formula One or different cars or?
I mean, I would need to do my research because I have no idea about like racing.
Very, very nice project. I love it. Very nice, beautiful, beautiful. And actually, it's like I don't think it's cost like milliards, billions.
I don't like it costs a lot of money to rent the stadium, right? The stadium is huge, so it's probably a lot of money. And you need to pay a lot of money probably for these like racing drivers because it's like quite dangerous, and like the rehearsals and like I can imagine that it's like at least like hundreds of thousands of euros this production.
Maybe millions. Also.
Yeah.
Can be, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's also cool to make a good video.
Yeah,
if you do this kind
exactly.
of to have like a
and also
very
you
good
need to do like
documentation.
insane advertisements because you need to like fill up the stadium. You don't want it to be like a normal contemporary music concert with 10 people in the audience, right? You want like the whole stadium full of people enjoying this music, so you need to do a lot of advertising. This also costs money.
Yeah. But
I don't know about the audience. Yeah, but if you have documentation of that, it's also you have like more audience and then I think much more than in stadium.
Yeah, I mean, actually, you have like this like really huge piece, like how is it called? A music, for this like construction site.
Arbeitsmusik.
Yeah. Like maybe you can tell like what was the actual process of like working on that?
Oh, it was difficult. It was super difficult because logistic to organize this project was super crazy. It was near Leipzig, the place called Berbau Technik Park. There were old burgers and the transporter for the coil machines. Like it's park nowadays, so it's like for tourists, and it's very very beautiful construction, like a industrial dinosauria. And so the part of equipment we rented in Berlin, the part of in Leipzig, and then it was like very difficult to bring up some equipment, some very heavy loudspeakers on these machines, and but do you mean the organization or the?
Yeah, like maybe like how the whole thing came about, like.
Yeah, so I was inspired by the Avramov Symphony.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to do something, and I found this place, and then we applied for some grants to because without money it's impossible to do.
Yeah, of course.
And we got some grants, and then we organized all logistic and so on and so on. Yeah, I was inspired, and I used a lot of the noise, like the workers' machine, like this dancing soul, or I don't know this name or English name of this workers machine, but yeah, there's many, and of course I used, like in the beginning when I built this composition, I used it as a samples to combine it to know how it can be. Yeah. Oh. And there was like soprano with megaphone and 2 electric guitars, and some people worked with lights, some people worked with the noise machines, and this were I don't know, works machine. What's the name of that?
Yeah, like construction machines.
Construction machine. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there are many different types of machines. I also am not familiar with like all the names.
Yeah, difficult. So I know some German names for that. But
yeah, maybe you can say them because these names are always funny.
Yeah, there was no, I forgot. No, I forgot.
Yeah, it's fine.
Doesn't matter.
It's fine. How many days of like recording did it take to do this thing?
Um,
Was one day or like multiple days?
no, there was performance, 2 days performance. So it was like two concerts, 2 days.
So it was also like a live event. There were
Yeah,
some
and
audience
in the
like.
night was the very heavy rain. And one of the loudspeaker with the amplifier was not so good covered.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it was super expensive.
Wow.
But the guys from this park, they made very crazy work. They dried like the whole day with some machines and other machines, and they saved it.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was very stressful. So after first concert, there was like super crazy rain. Yeah, but yeah.
Wow.
Finally, it was happy, and because I thought now we have to pay for this equipment,
Yes.
and it was like, oh my god, there was not not so big honorar for this piece, like so. But this equipment will cost like much more than this honorar,
Yes.
and yeah.
Wow. Nice. So to world music, how did you call it?
So like our music, Arbeitsmusik.
To Arbeitsmusik.
Yeah, it was the Avramov idea to perform this symphony, his symphony. So in each city, the people can perform this city. You don't need to have like high education, like conservatory education to perform. And he also did the special notation for the non-musician. Very interesting idea how he did it. And yeah, and it was like proletariat symphony.
Okay.
Anthem form.
So you also try to involve like a normal working class people who are not musicians.
In my piece.
I'm talking in Abramo.
Yeah. He did it.
Wow, that's cool.
And also in my performance, there was some people who was not musician.
Just like construction workers who knew how to operate these tools.
Yeah, some of the kitchen chef, or some from different areas, people.
In Israel, there's a really cool punk band called Igor Krutogolov's toy orchestra, and they only play on toy instruments. Maybe you heard of them. And the cool thing is that some of the people in the band are not musicians. They play on these like toy clarinets. And he invented like a new type of notation, I guess, for like non-musicians, that he puts like stickers on the keys. And they play according to like this like notation systems of like colors and like rhythms, and it works perfectly. Like they play like with the whole band that has some like great, amazing musicians.
How big is
They have like around 8 musicians. It's like they also change quite often. Like there are people coming and going into the ensemble. It's really nice. But like yeah, they're quite a big ensemble, and like yeah, some of them are like non-musicians. It's like really cool. Like I'm really thinking about this a lot, like how to make music, especially contemporary music, more experimental music, more accessible for people who are completely not come from like the direction of music. And this is really cool that you also include in your piece some people were just like, yeah, they knew how to operate this equipment, so they're part of the piece. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's very good to involve in some project the people who is not non-musician people, and to make them close to the sound world. And also I did this Rotonda piece. There was like I guess most of the people non-musician.
It helps bring people together. It helps people listen more and like understand each other. And this is like yeah, amazing. Like in my fantasy world, this is what will end all wars if we'll just like learn to listen more.
Yeah, this because we are like animal. We also very aggressive
Yes.
type of animal, and I don't know. It's difficult, very difficult. I'm a bit skeptic about this. Yeah, but it will be cool. Yeah, it will be cool. Yeah, to do more sport than sport competition than war competition.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it's your turn
My turn.
to ask me a question.
Drink, yeah, first.
We already drink, but we can
yeah?
drink again. Drinking is always good.
Yeah.